Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and we are playing Orders 7 again. Apologies for the voice, and if I miss recordings, that might be happening just because of this illness. Um, and yeah, we will get the tutorial season series going up as soon as we can. Just tough to record this, feeling as ill as I do. Um, Very bad head cold, flu, really sore throat. It's I can't describe the pain talking. You might be able to hear that my voice sounds kind of raspy, maybe, or just off. I feel like I'm about to start losing my voice, and yeah, really bad cough with headaches, pulled muscles, um, etc., etc. So not a good time. So I'm trying not to skip days, but that might be happening. Just forewarning everyone there, and as soon as I'm feeling better, then we will be looking at that tutorial save as soon as we can, get that up and running, installing mods, the first video, where to find them, how to put them into your game, and what the game should look like. So what the differences you'll be looking at would be. But back to this save, we've got a ton of races booked in for the next month, one race for every horse, and I'm really not confident. I think I've gone for pretty much like the biggest races I can with each horse, and there's some horses I feel good about. Krabby's, Candania Terry, Snazvelt does run well this year. Country Firm, little hit and miss. 5e, little hit and miss. Um, Physical Vindication has run well, but not much, so I just don't know what that looks like. Turgeman, done better lately, but I'm not fully kind of convinced we only run grade 3s on it, and Terrible Pistol hasn't run at all, really. So, they've been injured a long, long time. So it should be interesting to see kind of where we get up to. I think that's going to be the key here is just like taking a look at what each horse looks like and figuring out how good we think they are. And it's less of a question for the 2-year-olds, but the 3-year-olds definitely will be like, is it worth keeping them out towards the end of the season, or do we just get rid of Country Firm and put Cadenia Terry into the breeding barn? Like, is it worth doing that now? Maybe. I don't know. These next runs are probably going to be um, helping form that question in my mind, or form the answer to that question in my mind a lot. So we will look at that. We are traveling to Woodbine, we're traveling to Ascot, and other big sort of foreign races. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be really, really tough. And yeah, 2-year-olds with a single run that of 123 rating, and like has only ever run a maiden. So I don't know. I don't know what these horses are like. I've got to imagine they are very, very good. And that's about it. We get out on the wrong side of the rail, maybe. No, on the right side of the rail. Okay. Didn't know which way around that was, so this course is a little off. I guess it's another one that you should probably export and and see if that fixes the incorrect rail positions. I'm unlikely to do that. Looks like we got a pathway. Looks like we are moving quite well. There's other horses here that are actually moving as well, and look like they're doing bits. We might only get up into third place here, but to be honest with you, this is a pretty good run. I'm kind of expecting not to win every single one of these, but I know that if we get into the top three, it at least shows something about the horse. So we're learning. That's a mile. Didn't know the pace for most of the race. Ran well considering. Yeah. So yeah, maybe 7 furlong for Zaynat. Very, very interesting. We're up to 106 rating, and we're just not gaining potential now, which means that we're probably kind of done improving that horse. And then the 1 mile summer here. I feel this is going to be the same. This could be like a third or fourth place finish, maybe. Like, I don't know. Um, I think it'd be interesting to find out. We go to the front here. And again, these are just Canadian 2 year olds by and large. I don't think there's any others in this field, just Canadians apart from us. So like, I have no frame of reference for the jockeys, for the owners, for the horses, for anything like that. Looks like a lot of people coming with us, and then two from home. We're starting to go into Babylon. Then the pink and blue silks. Up the inside is Canny W. We got Indigo Goofy and Swim Come Sierra there as well. We're kind of going to fade out half a furlong from home. Again, maybe we're a 7 furlong. Maybe that's what that proves. I'm not exactly sure. We will probably get feedback. No extra. It was a 107. It goes up to a 111. Again, sort of ending at like 70 potential realized there. So 70 ability, as I would call it. Um, but yeah, maybe distance issues, maybe not. I don't know. But a fourth and a third place in big foreign grade ones, I think is pretty decent for a 2 year old. Um, and your 2 year olds will probably mature at a lower rate than some of these game breds. And that's okay because, like I say, we are focused on that 3 year old season, especially May to June. Kentucky Derby, Preakness, and the Belmont. Those are our races we are aiming for. So, who knows? Unraced 2 year old, female, grade 1 sire, grade 2 dam. Excitable. Oh, well. Boy, oh boy. For a millisecond, I thought we had something that we could bid on. Just for a millisecond. That's annoying. That is annoying. We're right back in, and here we are, the American Pharaoh. Um, don't know the distance. Looks like the Blue Silks are probably going to be the dangerous horses here. And yeah, a couple of Grade 1 winners. Everyone's on the same weight. And again, it's 2 year old racing. We just don't know these horses. We haven't kind of got their measure just yet. Let me zoom out a touch. And then see what we've got going on. Towards the back of the field, we've got the two blues there in stalking position. I'm not sure if Bayfirth at the back was one of the ones I was looking at, or if it is these two at the front. But I like our race. You know, we're a little wider on the turn. We're finding space to get into contention, maybe. But like, do we have anything? 1.5 down to one. Really, you need to see your horse really making a move now. It's the two blue horses, like I said, really pushing now. So we got a fifth place finish. It's in the money. It's it's 6 grand. It's not really what we want. 92 rating up to a 98. Kind of on the lower end of the potential being realized. I don't love it. But yeah, those were the two that had won grade one. So exactly as expected, they go out in front, and then the rest of the field kind of fights back. And we weren't a million miles away from that, but we're just not at that top end of the 2 year old grade one races. Um, and I don't expect us to be, but really, yeah, I think these three have all kind of finished developing. They're not going to gain more potential. They've all got graded races. I've got a 98 and 108. sorry, 106 and 111. That's very, very good. And then the other 2-year-olds, if Pistol does anything here, probably close to 100, if not with grade. Um, we'll see if they develop at all. They do have a decent amount to grow, so maybe, hopefully, we'll find that out. And then 5B and Sanad as well, very good position. So, like I say, it's an interesting one. We are going to Newmarket, and there we go. So it'll be one of the lowest rated. Everyone's on weight. Like again, we don't know this field. There's a few American horses that are like 20 rating points higher than us. We've got a Canadian, which is just 30 rating points higher than us. And then you've got the home Brits, which are all on our level. One of which is a grade 2, one of the Americans is a grade 2, we're a grade 3. It's so difficult to judge. I just think, yeah, technically we should probably be pretty out of this race. Like even finishing top 5, maybe like ambitious in this field, given that I think like the 2 grade 2s, the Canadian, and probably 1 or 2 of the home horses might be, able to do something as well. But we do fly out to the front. Hala England way on the outside, and the rest of the field now. Look at how quick they're all getting up into position and all going to go. And this is kind of what I felt might happen when I'm saying we might not get top 5. Is just the quality in this field is probably higher than it looks on paper, and it's very, very difficult. This is why I don't like booking these races. Um, the jockey did hold off. I wish he would have pushed for the line because I think we would have got maybe 6, which isn't any money, but it's better than 10th. I mean, 6 you might see some rating increase. 10th we saw a rating decrease, and you're definitely not going to get potential growth really from that kind of run. So yeah, I wish they would have just run and just let it finish where it finishes. I think that's harmed the horse's development in general. They got some decent decent stamina to run, so they'll be okay for another couple of races maybe. And then 5E. Again, I really like this horse. I think this is one of my best horses, but we're in a field where we shouldn't be favourite, and we're not. So we've got the red and gold kind of orangey silks of Vicosa Thimble. And it looks like the favourite here is actually Soha Iseni, which is one of the browns. And Spartan Classical is the green. So green, brown and red are the silks we're going to be keeping an eye on if possible. And it'll be the red. Oh, going to the front, and there's Soha alongside them, up in the front where they're. So okay. Looks like only one of the horses kind of went towards the back a little bit. And he's coming up now alongside us. So front 4 are the 4 that look just on the form paper maybe able to do anything. We're getting into good position there. We're chasing down Soha. So it all depends now, this final furlong, kind of who's got the real quality to finish, who's got the legs. It looks like Vicosa is there. Ukraine Ridden's going to come through as well. Maybe Spartan Classical. Yeah, just about me. Hold off Desert Supply. Um, Looks like we actually held on to third, which is probably a very good run. So these are kind of what I call proving races. So these will prove, like, do we have a special horse? Because you don't win these with a special horse. You can win grade 1s, you can win a lot of different races, but like as a 2-year-old, you've got to really box clever and pick races um, where the field suits you to get artificial grades to a certain degree. And with a 3-year-old, there's a bit less of that. You can actually win a little bit more consistency. Sort of, you know, if you book the right races. But then your proving races become the Triple Crowns, the Arc de Triomphe, the Tennis Show, the Jockey Club races. You've got the Breeders' Cup, the Pegasus World Cup. Like the big races become your proving races. So yeah, this is why I probably wouldn't have booked any of these. I probably wouldn't have booked Country Firm in their race. I think that's going to be a really difficult one. I think Snardsvelt actually has a shot, and I quite like Candania Terry and Krabbies in their races. So, Zaynat got a third, not bad, but I didn't think had a chance at winning. Country Firm I'd put about the same. 5e the same, Fist of Vindication the same, Turgeman the same. They're all sort of not quite making me think they can win those races. And Terrible Pistol just needed a run. I'm just upset that they weren't persevered with, so we get a realistic look at what the horse looks like after 8, 10, 12 weeks out injured, however long that was. Um, I do wish we'd have seen a little more there. Let's go to our first race. On this day, Country Firm. It's very difficult. One of the low weights, by far, one of the lowest rated. Everyone's a grade winner apart from one. Baltis is in here, who's beaten us before. Beatgrass has beaten us before. Marionate Marche has beaten us before. Now, if this was Krabbies, we can win. We've beaten these horses. Cashler I like a lot as well, but I don't think we've raced against. So, yeah, this is going to be very difficult. Again, top 5 is what I'm looking at. Pretty much behind those, like Baltis, Beat, Mache, and Cashler are the 4 I would expect to be kind of running this race. And we'll see how it progresses. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But you just get to know the horses and who you can kind of beat, what level you're at. If you see 3 or 4 of these horses that you think are at your level or above your level in a race, you pretty much don't want to book it because you're just not going to be able to do anything. You know, going to take very little prize money. Your rating's not going to go up. Your horses are going to gain a lot of development in their ability. So it's kind of really tough to find races if you don't have a really good horse. And there we go. We're going to go. We're up now to the final furlong. And we can see Beat Crash, Mache, and Cashler are all there as well. But we are going to storm out into the lead. We're actually going to run quite well. And I didn't really know whether Country Firm had this in their locker. This is a proving race. They have proved something to me. Now, do I think they're as good as Krabbies and can win that? No. Are we going to get disqualified? Maybe. I hope not. But, yeah, so Baltis in 6th, Cashler in 5th, Beatgrass in 3rd, and Mache down in 8th, which is really weird because they actually have run quite well at this distance. So that's actually a big win. 116 up to 120. Doesn't look too bad. That's a nice little win. They're not even going to check the field because, again, we're back to 2-year-olds. The Breeders' Futurity, such a difficult race. The Breeders' Cup is such a difficult race. Set of races to win. So we're on the inside. We get off okay. We're going to ride Stalker alongside Symphonic Gown and Eviction Grange right there. Macnell Touch just in front. You might get. Yeah, we do have room to run. I was a little worried there. We might have to bump our way through So the horse wants to go. The jockey's trying to hold back a little. Coming around the bend. Already going. Probably too early, but pull up the speed at like 1.5. See who comes. Titans awarded and Eviction Grange look like they're in good position. Here comes Titans awarded. I figured one of those two, if not both, would come. Very short-lived push. Symphonic Gown not going to come up. And that's going to be a solid win for Snadsfelter. I fancied 3 of my horses to win. I've got an unexpected one now, which is interesting. But of the 3 I expected to have that quality, the first one up, Snadsfelter, actually delivers as well. So we're 1 win above what I thought we'd be getting. That's really nice. That's a big proven race. That proves to me that at least one of our 2-year-olds is right up there. Right up that top level. We've had the 2 races today, so I don't think that would... Yeah, I don't think anything would come of that. But yeah, very big win for Country Firm. Snadsfeld is up to a 110 and has filled out their potential. Just everything I could have asked for. Grade 3, Grade 2, Grade 1, over 100 rated, filled out their potential. There's a chance we get 10 to 15% of a jump in potential to gain on the 3-year-old season. And we can probably do that in 2 good races, prep races for the Derby. So you could be looking at a 90 to a 95 sort of ability or absolute potential, realized potential horse. Doesn't look like a lot more there. But if they get that little jump in their 3-year-old season, and there's a 10 to 15% of improvement in that ability slash potential, we will be able to feel confident running that in the Derby and the Preakness at least. So very nice. Very happy with this horse. We've only stumbled a couple of times in the maidens and then in that step up to a mile, grade 3. But we've got that up. We've got that in position. So yeah, very happy with that. Rare I get a grade 1 on a 2-year-old. So very happy with that. Like I say, Country Firm, that's the 3rd grade 1 win out of 5 races and 3rd place in the other 2. It's a good horse, not a great horse, but it gives me confidence in being able to run that against good horses. Maybe not the elite horses, but good horses. Excuse me. So then we're up to the other 2 I thought would win, Kinderia Terry and Krabby's Down. It's going to be a really tough one because we're going to go and run 5 furlongs, I believe, in France at Longchamp. Well, this is a 7 furlong. That's right. Yeah, this is out of distance, but it's where we've been running the last couple of races and winning. Huge jump up, absolutely huge jump up. We've got a grade 1 domestic, and we've got a Canadian up as well. But we are quite low weight. We're high rated for that. We are favourite. We're in great form. And we're a very good horse. Like I say, if this had distance, it could have been a Triple Crown runner themselves. But it didn't. It didn't get anywhere close to the distance. So we kind of had to back that off. And it looks like we're out okay. Not too bad. A little bit of an undulating course again. We're back in Europe. So the ground goes up and down. There's bumps. There's rolls. There's everything going. So kind of got to take that for what it is. But we're in a decent place here. First class out in front. Such a big field, and all look like they're ready to go. Who's going to go at 2? Who's going to go at 1.5? Who's going to go at 1? We're in second. Nobody looks like they're coming from deep just yet. We do look like we're falling behind slightly. Doesn't look like we're going to get up on this. Looks like First Class and Smart Mutt are going to try and make a push, and we hold on a second. No chance for the winner. Didn't have a good run. Think on another day, maybe, possibly. We're a little more competitive there. But it's a very good horse with 3 grade 1 wins. out of 3. It won this race last year. It's a 4-year-old against 3-year-olds, so that's normally you favour the older horse. So they are carrying more weight, but not a bad run. Again, a bit of a proving race. Am I right to like this horse as much as I have done? Hell yes. It just misses. It just misses the distance. It really does. Trip suited perfectly. So even though it looks like a 6 or a 5, it is actually a 7. It is actually a 7. So we've got 2 wins. Krabby should be 3, and that's kind of what we were expecting was 3. So even though Terry didn't quite get there, Zaynat impressed a little bit, getting as close as they did. 5 I'm actually a little disappointed in. So overall, we're kind of where we are, but just a couple of horses out of alignment of what I thought they would be. But as a whole, at this point, 2 wins, couple of second places, couple of third places, couple of fourth and fifth places. Just roughly where I thought we would be. So, like I say, I can't be mad about it because this is exactly what was expected. And got a breeders auction very soon. So I think we're just going to scroll on to that. The 2-year-olds. A grade 3 winner. Didn't come last in a grade 1. Pretty much middle of the field. But did get buried in a grade 2. Such an interesting race history. Very, very interesting. Probably could have won another couple here. It's not the worst in the world, and it's coming from a grade 1 dam, which I like. Not sure how much I like. I'm going to pay about 1.5 million just to see if Just Special is special. If I'm going to have to guess this, I'm going to estimate probably like a 45 ability and maybe a 65 potential. I was so close. It's 50-70. It's 50-70. I said 45-65. I was so close. Um, just get a feel for these things sometimes. You know it's not going to be an amazing horse, but it's a solid horse. Could do something in the jumps. Not too bad. Minimum of 70 extra speed. It's got that. Full finish application. It's got that. Minimum 50 ability. It's just over. Minimum 70 potential. It's got that. So it actually makes my standards for breeding, which is really nice. It's just not a special horse. It's just not special. But I think anyone we can breed from Ingleby Star and get as much variation of foals from this horse that won 26 of their 33 races, earning almost $39 million with 22 group wins, 20 of which were Group 1, one Group 2, and a Group 3, 138 rating. Like, why wouldn't you? Whoever this colt is just cost me 5 million. 1.5 for the dam, 3.5 for a cover from the sire. If you're gonna be breeding from these monsters, just know. Just know that's where you're at. Could be paying almost 5 million for the cover as it is. So I just think it's worth taking a little risk sometimes, taking a little gamble, seeing what comes up. 27th, okay. So we can go to this race. I guess this will be the last race, the tennis show. There we go. Okay, so traveling to Tokyo for the tennis show. Don't know any of these horses really. We're top rated, low weighted, only 3-year-old in the field. It's going to be tough racing against older horses. There's some big grade 1 winning domestics here. I don't know. I'd like to think we're the favourite for a reason. I'd like to think we're the best horse in this field. I would like to think that we could win. But the triple silks there against the rails. And this silk next to us, just in behind us now, the decoy gold. That's an American horse with the same silk. The other 3 with the same silks are all the Japanese horses I would worry about. So, not the one that's right next to us, but the one inside that on the rail and the 2 ahead would be the ones I would imagine would be joining us up at the front come the end of the race. But right now, see then 2 from home. We're not quite in the picture. We've got a lot of ground to make up. We've definitely got the legs. We've definitely got the ability. Are we too tired? Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't look like we're coming up. We're inside the final furlong. We're starting to make a move. And it looks like only one of those domestics I'd kind of pinpointed is up there with us towards that finish. Chasing down Clone Boy Musical's gonna get it. It's Hafsin Fenton just ahead of us into that second place. And yeah, I think we're definitely over racing. Krabby's down, and that is affecting our run. So there is that to worry about. Yearlings, don't really see anything amazing. There's a laid back like grey. I like grey horses, so we might just pick that one. You find reasons why to look for horses, because you could just buy them all and just spend a ton of money, but it really is a crapshoot, and usually there's one good horse in the entire field. Might as well just throw your hat in the ring for 1 or 2 and kind of ignore the rest. So anything in that? Stumbled start and was behind. Okay, I mean, it's worth looking at. It is kind of worth looking at those. So yeah, we're gonna run this in November. I don't think so right now. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere near where we wanna be in terms of the fitness and whatnot. Grade 2, grade 2. Gonna say no. But we're in green. Kind of want to run it anyway. I kind of want to run it. Kind of don't want to watch it because I don't think we're gonna do well. I'm gonna really be upset that we're like hurting our record and everything else, and might not do well at all. But this is big race day, and this is our big horse. The last one we got booked in for the entire year. I think I'd just go look and not worry about it, not look at the field, not try and overanalyze. We'll just see where we're at, and if we don't look like we're in it over a furlong, so be it. We're on the outside. We're going to have to go wide. We give ourselves the chance of not being blocked off. We got a tough group ahead of us. Plenty of horses in the way. We do like to come from behind, but we can't be too far back, and we can't really allow the horses to do that much more. Looks like we're going to have a go. We're going to have some legs. We're going to get up, and we're going to fight for this. And no other horse is really pushing out super far. And there we go. We're going to fall off inside that final half furlong. We are wrecked. We are tired as all get out. Don't make the top five. Like, I was right to think that we shouldn't have run that race. Um, because of where we were in the season, basically. And we were over racing the horse. So, kind of booked a bunch of races that I didn't think I should run. And you can see why. They're not bad runs, these proving runs. But I haven't really learned anything about a lot of these horses. I don't feel like they've been as helpful as you maybe would like them to be. So, yeah, I'm not entirely thrilled by that. I think we'll see if there's one for Terry as well. Doesn't look like there's a grade 1 there. And there's no grade 1s. Excuse me. Oh, dear me. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing on mile 2 for Country Firm. We may try. And again, this is probably a really dumb thing to do, and I shouldn't do it. And oh my god, I really shouldn't do it in this field. Um, this might be a better field, but like, oh my god, that's still not anything worthwhile doing. Like, so difficult until you get like super horses. And the only one I feel confident with is Krabby's, who is so overraced that they are badly underperforming. Terrible Pistol. Gets an 8th place to be. Okay. Well classed. I mean, we got back up to our 85. So, there's that. Okay. Well, nothing kind of superb coming up. Let's go to the 24th. Look at the Breeders' Auction. I was going to run this for a little bit more, but I'm not going to now because I just don't feel like there's like any real reason to. So we'll lead back 7 furlong grade 2. 2 1/4 right there. Almost skipped the auction. Don't do that. We got a grade 1 to go and get. So very solid little horse here. And then a solid horse here. It's going to be 185. So, yeah, what's that? 4.1 million? And get yourself a couple of horses that maybe you can breed from. And this one ain't bad. It's not amazing. I was hoping for more with all those grades. I'm not going to bother with that one. And yeah, just no finish application. Could be good elsewhere. I'm not going to bother at this point in doing it, but you could by all means breed from those. I just don't think there's much in the way of anything I would want to go for. And again, little pot shot. Get the one or two that you look like might have something, and yeah, if you just got to spend a couple of million near the start of the game, this could be a brilliant horse to pick up. At this stage, It really ain't much, and I'm probably not even going to bother checking the other auctions. We go to the end of the month, and then we're going to start looking. Mile 2 still? Yes. Okay. We got a grade 3. So you're not going to race again, which makes things really interesting for me. You can go in the La Brea, because I think that'll be an interesting race for you rather than the other one. Krabby's just isn't going to run this year anymore. And then Turgemon. There's a grade 3 at 7. There's a grade 2. I'd rather try the grade 3, I think. Terrible Pistol. Yeah, there's just very few races here. Very few races here. I think we'll run you and you in those. That might be it for the end of the year. That might be it. So, it's a grade 2 4-year-old. Got a feeling these are going to be really bad fields. Oh. Excuse that. It's a small field, no ratings. Average field, no good horses. Yeah. So let's see. 5 in Zaynat. So 5 he wins. Gets a grade 1. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 5 he gets grade 1 and wins by 3 lengths. In a not a great field. And dominates it. Doesn't really gain much. But it's nice to have 2 horses and they're grade 1s. High ratings along the board. Pistol's the only one that's not going to have a high rating. But that's okay. Well beaten there, but still solid. Just solid in total. Finish off the season in a bit of style, maybe. Let's go to the Penn National. We have favourites. Anything at auction? Nope. Let's just skip, and that's another grade 3 win here. And we're up to 100 rating. And that's kind of all I wanted out of that race, is what we got. So, yeah, Pistol had these big injuries for like about 5 months. Um, yeah, so very difficult to get them races. That's why their rating isn't high. All the other 2-year-olds kind of did what we wanted. We got a couple of grade 1s. We probably should have got a couple of grade 2s. And then the other 2 would be grade 3s. We got some good grade 1 wins all the way around. With our 3-year-olds, we're going to go to Christmas. And then we're going to look for a present. So, I like like that horse. I don't like Excitable. So that's a very interesting one. But British horse with a Grade 1 winning dam. I think it has a chance. Very nice acceleration, good speed, low start. Is low on the potential. So the ability is below 50. We want this 50, we want that 70, so it's below where we want it to be. Good extra speed, good finish. Not a million miles away. So that's something. Cadenia, let's just take a look at this one as best we can. Go race. La Brea. We're in the outside. And see, can we get the job done here again? Because I hope so. It's be a lovely way to run out the season and you know, nice way for Cadenia to kind of end their racing career, because I'm pretty sure breeding barn next year. 1.5 from home, we just edge out as we come onto the home stretch. Looks like Bama's Blue coming right there with us alongside Sudley Gulch. Couple of riders from deep trying to get up into the mix. On there, they glad up into third. Probably going to end up in second place. Nice little run on the outside by them. But Cadenia, off distance with that adaptability and the jockey's hints that we could probably run really well if we moved up to 7 furlong. We finish it with bums off seat, hand in air, saluting the crowd. Very, very solid. Big win, Cadenia Terry. Um, it's been one of my favourite horses for reasons. For a long, long time. And I'd be glad to have it in the breeding barn at this point. So, retire that one to stud. Um, Not going to be breeding from Country Firm. Pretty good horse. Just going to retire that one to the game pool. We're not going to save and quit and bring it back or anything like that, because I'm not breeding from it. I'm not racing it as a 4-year-old. Crabbies will come out. We'll start breeding from Crabbies probably at the start of the year. So let's put Crabbies into that stud. Um, and we can figure out who they're breeding from first. And because this is a longer schedule than before, it sort of carries over. So it's like an 11-month breeding window usually, which just ends at the end of the season anyway. But because we bred these in January, by the time we get round to the end of December, some of these horses that we've put in have already foaled. So technically, we have a bunch new yearlings. So I think we had these 4. So I think this one is close, but no. I know Poppets was good, right? Poppets was really intriguing. Could be something, especially with the distance. Galette was kind of a bare minimum, yes. Poseidon's kind of a solid colt, yes. Muala, pretty decent. I don't mind this one. This looks like a very decent horse. Okay. Q-Buster does not full finish. Doesn't have the extra speed as everything else. Had a ton of stamina. But that's not going to be enough for me. Substance small. Very solid. Nothing special. Just looks okay. Dagenham Press. Some really nice things here. But this is just not going to be good enough for me. It's a shame. Traveler's Pocket. Yeah, no thank you. And Chiggering Hall. Ooh, so tempting. So tempting. Not going to be enough. So yeah, we've added a couple of options in here. Maybe only one, actually, but we do get to see that early on. So they'll all be 2-year-olds now, even though they were just foaled. They'll become 2-year-olds. Yeah, next season, Krabbies with. I don't know who. I don't know who. Someone like Cadenia Terry, maybe? Maybe? Um, yeah, that's going to be an interesting one to see. That's definitely going to be an interesting one to see. And then the final sale of the year. Nothing I want to look at. We do not get the top jockey, top trainer. Easy for you to say. We are the 8th ranked. 31 out of 63, 49% on the season. 126 at 241, which is a 52% win rate on our career. And we posted just over 10 million in season winnings from just 6 horses at the end. Top flat horse is Vitava from George Arnold, very solid. The top flat stayer is Zanazi from Dallas Stewart. Top flat sprinter is Cresswell Breeze from W. Brett Calhoun. The top flat 2-year-olds Ukraine ridden, we got beaten by them. I think they got like a second or something right in one of our races right at the end from Claude Magay. The top flat 3-year-old is Beatgrass from H. Gray and Motion because we over raced Krabby's down. Otherwise, that certainly would have been Krabby's down. And the top flat 4-year-old is also Viteva. So, very solid. Not too bad. The game's going to save, generate the yearlings and the horses for sale. Um, we get to see kind of what we've got. I like it, but I'm going to gamble on better. I'm going to gamble on better because it didn't have full finish. I mean, yeah, doesn't have the extra speed, but has so much else, and extra speed's easy to work in, that maybe we let this one ride with that stamina bar, maybe. Definitely not bad. Um, Again, lacks a little bit of extra speed. I'm going to get rid of this one. So I'm just not sure. See, we lack finish. I'm starting to wonder, does Ingleby Star lack finish? Because that's what I'm worried about. So that extra speed is going to annoy me. I love everything else. And the standards are so high. We just don't seem to be getting extra speed here at 70, which is unusual to be so far off things. And I'm at this stage, I'm not really willing to compromise much. So unless you look like a monster, then we're just not going to do it, I think. I mean, that's better. That's much closer. That's much closer. It doesn't look like it's going to be good on distance. Again, we're very similar there. Don't quite love that one enough. Wow, Ingleby Star could run, can't breed. And if it can't breed, then it's not going to pass on to our horses, and we're not going to be able to breed from them. So I'm very kind of disappointed there. Very disappointed. Any dams with a grade 1 win? One. Well, I'm going to pick up this 2-year-old then. That's for certain. And then gonna pick up this one. Got some distance as a filly. Was not worth it. Was not worth it. So yeah, really interesting horses coming through. Some really interesting horses. It's got all the chance in the world. It's got all the chance in the world. My favorite yearling is still my favorite two-year-old. We'll see how they run. Everyone is set up, and then I'm going to go through and pick which one of these are going to stay in the breeding barn, which aren't. We've only got the two yearlings this year so far. And then Krabbies will breed with somebody who I like here. And we will start that Triple Crown breeding program to get up on things. So, very, very interesting. Very interesting. I'll catch you in the next one, though. Till then, take care. Stay healthy. Don't get sick like me. It'll really slow you down. But yeah, for the algorithm, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Engagement does help the community grow. And I'll see you back here for a new season. And the beginning, what might be Pulpit's era. This might be the build up, and we'll see what they can do. And we'll try and figure out, do we have a 3-year-old that we like enough? Because quick look at their stats and where they're at. Solid already looks like they got the distance for a mile 2. Solid at a mile. Pistol probably going to stay a short order horse. Svelter impressed last year is already up to about a mile 2. Could be a really, really good horse with 90 ability. Confidence does worry you somewhat. Fistful is at a mile with room to grow a little bit there. Turgeman at a mile 2 with a bit of room to grow. So those are our 3-year-olds. Let me know which one you think, if any, has a shot at the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and or the Belmont. And yeah, apart from Pulpit, so I think we all like, any of these to be excited about? Don't know. So yeah, let me know, comment section down below. I'll see you next time, and hopefully I won't be dying quite as badly.